So how's it going here? Today I have a young mom, so busy. She has 2 boys and she's like 38 years old. And we're gonna go into the story how she lost like 26 pounds in like less than 2 months. And then further lost another, I think around like 10 pounds. And the journey she had along the way and what God did in her life also along the way, the transformation she had. So Jamie, how you doing?
Doing great. Hi.
Hey, thanks for coming here today.
Hey.
So let's go ahead and get into this here. Let's, if you could share with us like a little bit of your backstory, like what, okay, you know, when you got married, you had kids, what you desired to do, of course, what you did to, along the way to achieve those desires or try to do, achieve those desires, like the internal and external struggles you had, and the wall you hit or the problem you hit to where you ended up on the JPD, and then we'll go into what that did for you too. All right?
Absolutely. Well, I am a homeschool mom of 2 boys, and I've been married for, this July we'll be celebrating our 20th anniversary. So, but growing up, we always had a huge garden and we ate healthy, and you know, I was always active, out riding my bike, and so weight was never an issue, you know, all through my childhood years and teen years. And then, like I said, when I got married 20 years ago, my lifestyle completely changed. And we were both working full-time jobs. We were heavily, you know, involved in our church. And about, I think, 6 months after we were married, my husband became an assistant pastor of our church. And so that was basically like working 2 full-time jobs. So we were never home. We, when we did take the time to stop and eat, it was always fast food or processed foods, and we just didn't have time to exercise or take care of ourselves. Well, it did make a difference in my husband, but in my body, I gained about 20 pounds just in that first year of marriage. And so from then on, you know, weight has always been a struggle. And, you know, I would do research and read books and try all these, you know, diets and things that my friends were trying that worked for them, and, you know, in hopes that it would work for me. But it just seemed like, you know, no matter what I tried, I just couldn't get past that like 10-pound mark. And I just would basically then give up, and I would end up gaining the weight back, and even usually more, you know, weight than what I started with. So in 2008, after 8 years of trying to have a child, I finally got pregnant, and which we were thrilled and excited about. But the pregnancy was pretty rough. I was sick the entire time, the entire 9 months, you know, and I lost actually like 20 pounds. I was in and out of the hospital and stuff, but and so after I had him, you know, my body, you know, physically I looked great, but I knew I wasn't healthy. You know, I just, you know, after experiencing that, my body was no longer healthy. And so, and of course, having a baby, you know, begin to think, you know, I want to provide a healthy lifestyle, a safe environment. And so I began once again, you know, trying to get on this health journey. And I was making a lot of changes in our home, you know, switching out our, you know, chemicals, you know, to toxic-free cleaners. And I was using essential oils and, you know, all natural products. And yet, you know, even through that lifestyle, you know, that I thought was a healthy lifestyle, there were just still pieces missing. And I just did not feel healthy, you know. I wasn't necessarily getting as sick as often as I was, you know, so I was seeing, you know, a bit of a difference with those changes that I was making. But once again, it always just seemed to come back to my weight, you know, and I just couldn't, you know, get the weight off and feel, you know, as strong of a woman that I wanted to be and as strong of a mom that I wanted to be. And I just didn't have energy. And so then you just begin to once again try to find in search of something, always trying to find, you know, the next best thing. And so I was at, I think it was 2015, I was at a health conference. I heard a scientist speaking about some certain products and I purchased them. I really couldn't afford them, but I was desperate, and I, purchased these expensive vitamins and cleanses, and it did work. Well, then in 2016, I had our second son, and it was thankfully not as rough as a pregnancy as the first one. But then after I had him and I stopped nursing, I mean, literally my body the weight just came on, and I was, emotionally struggling and just going through a lot of changes, and not for the better. So I began searching again, for some answers. And last August, I joined a gym. I was met with a trainer, was working with him, and I was like full of hope, and I was excited, and I lost like 4 or 5 pounds within the first week or two. But then I plateaued, and I just couldn't get over, I couldn't lose anymore. And then I started once again gaining it back. And well, in November, I met with my doctor. I already had a doctor's appointment, and I actually was having some symptoms and things, and irregular cycles and things like that I was meeting with her about, because I was concerned about cancer, to be honest with you. My mom in her early 20s had endometrial cancer, and her mom in her 40s. And so, it was just something that was serious to me. And so she took a biopsy, we ran a bunch of tests and did genetic testing even. And, but while I was there, of course, you go to the doctor, they weigh you. And the scale was 158 pounds. And that was the heaviest, even with pregnancies, being pregnant, that was like the heaviest, that I had been. And of course, I know I had my boots on and, and stuff, but still, that number was shocking to me. So I once again, I brought up to her while I was there, I was like, can you check my thyroid? Can you check my hormones? Is there, I've been really, really, trying hard to lose weight, and it is just not coming off, and I was desperate, and I was asking her, and she said, well, you might, she asked me a few things, and I said, yes, I'm doing that. Yes, and she said, well, it sounds like you just need to meet with a nutritionist. And when she said that, I had, I guess, the Lord just brought to my mind, this aha moment of seeing a Facebook post of Melissa Chipman and her mentioning, her weight loss story, and how in I think 2 months she'd lost 40 pounds, and how she was working with Pearson, who was a nutritionist and a trainer. And, so that nutritionist word, stuck with me. And so I went home that evening, and I was talking to my husband about it, and he's like, well, yeah, we can look into it. But I never signed up, and which I'm really good about talking myself out of doing things that are, for myself, and I'm just like, no, we really don't have the money. No, I really, and a million excuses. So I ended up getting my test results back from my doctor. Praise the Lord, no cancer genes. My hormones and thyroids, were fine. And so I was like, which I was thrilled about, but at the same time, I was like, okay, so there is no reason why I should not be losing this weight. And so fast forward a few weeks, and I was Black Friday shopping. I had to get some new sweaters, and it was not a pleasant experience for me because, like I already said, the number on the scale was the highest I had been, and that translates, obviously into your wardrobe. And I just was frustrated, and I just once again felt hopeless, and I was venting to my husband, my poor husband. But and so I, again, the Lord brought to my mind, this nutritionist that Melissa was talking about. And so, but I went home and I put the kids to bed, and I was just exhausted from the day. So I went to bed. Well, shortly after I did, my husband came up and he said, honey, I just signed you up for that Jason Pearson thing. I was researching it, and he's like, yeah, I just signed you up for that. I was like, you did? What? And so, of course, I was very appreciative and excited, but man, at the same time, I was, scared. I was like, oh, what is this, that I'm getting myself into? But I started November 27th on the Jason Pearson plan, and I was actually amazed how affordable it really is. I took the 30-day challenge, and I committed myself, because I'm easy. One thing that I don't really care about myself for is that I easily give up. If something's not working quickly, if I'm not seeing results quickly, I'll just move on to the next thing, or and but I said to myself, I'm going to commit to these 30 days. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to do exactly as Jason says, and what he says to do, when he says to do it, I'm going to do it. And I am so thrilled that I did, because I started noticing I got past that 10-pound mark, and there were times when I kind of plateaued, but it was only for like 4 or 5 days or whatever. And I would keep a journal, and how much water I was drinking, sleep I was getting. I was writing down my weight in the morning, writing that down. And so during those times that I would get like, oh, why am I not losing, and then I could look back and see, no, you are doing this, and your body is responding to this menu. And then I also noticed that for my body, I have to get the sleep or I just won't lose the weight, and I have to drink the water. And those were things that that I benefited from and have learned, and was just amazed at how the weight fell off and how much healthier I feel now. And I've had to alter all my clothes and go shopping, and which is now a fun experience, especially compared to my Black Friday experience. But now and it's just funny, because my husband actually he took me a couple weeks ago, and he's like, I was pulling size 12, size 14, and he's like, no, Jamie, you're a size 6 now. I was like, what? And it's just still not real. And because I just think of the change that has taken place, physically, yes, but also just emotionally and spiritually. I'm just amazed. I'm gonna start crying. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm amazed at the full, body transformation, and just how in a little of a time of making up your mind and committing yourself, what the Lord can do. Sorry. I should have mentioned to you that I'm a crier.
That's okay.
But, I learned that I have the willpower, that I can make the choices, and now with your plan and with your menu and the videos that you send us, and all the nutrition tips and the things that we've been learning, I now have the knowledge. I now have the power to make that change within myself. And, the Lord has just really used it in an amazing way. And I know that I have the power to say no to things that are going to harm me, health-wise, to the people, to the, circumstances and things like that. And I have the power to say yes, yes, I'm going to live a healthy life. Yes, I'm going to be there for my kids, and I'm going to have the energy to, to play with them, and to, be the mom that I want to be the mom and the wife that, that God designed me to be. And I'm fulfilling, I'm able to then be a usable vessel. I'm not tired, and I'm not, sick all the time. And I'm now a usable vessel that can be used to help my family and to help others. And that's exactly what, I want for my life. And so I'm able to do that now.
That's awesome. And so this Stronger Woman Manifesto that you have also, that you've read through here, What did you think about that when you read through it?
I loved it. I related to a lot of things. The verse that came to my mind was Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. And he has done that through this journey, through this Jason Pearson journey. And he has strengthened me, like I said, spiritually and physically and mentally and emotionally. I am now a stronger woman. And I really liked the part where you talked about, that a stronger woman is self-aware. We as a woman need to listen to ourselves, and we need to be aware of our strengths, and we need to be aware of our weaknesses and of our emotions. And when we can do that, we can be real. We can be our real, genuine self, and we can, then be able to be that real person to others, And I also appreciated the fact that you mentioned in there that we are a stronger woman, embraces other women and the community and in their journey, in their own journey. Because we honestly, unfortunately, live in a world where there's mean girls, and it's popular to be a mean girl. It's popular to, tear others down and to step on others in order for you to have success. And, that's not what God intended at all. And so, I just really appreciate the women that have shared their journeys. As nerve-wracking as it is getting on this video with you, as showing, on Facebook, on social media, sharing my before pictures and, and my numbers on this scale, but it's so worth it in order to help others and in order for them to become that stronger woman themselves, just like Melissa and others have done, for me. Now, I believe it is important to share our stories and to cheer others on and to be their champion as well.
That's awesome. Excuse me. So if somebody is watching this right now, this video right here, and they're wondering, is this program for me? Should I join this? Should I like start now? Like all the things, like what's all the things that went through your head that you were talking yourself out of doing this, and that you actually overcame that and signed up and then got all the benefits? What would you say to this person?
Don't wait. Just do it. Take action. Commit yourself to that 30-day challenge and just do exactly what Jason says to do. It is affordable. It is doable. Everyone has a busy life. There's just no getting around it. In 2019, everyone has, a million things on their plate, but you have to stop. You have to invest in yourself, because if you don't do it, no one else will. And you have made it affordable, and you have made it, easy with the menus. Like I said, we just have to go to the grocery store. There's no vitamins. There's no expensive supplements and shakes and stuff. You can just go to your grocery store and you're putting in healthy food in your bodies, and you can do it. You can become, in just a short amount of time, you can become that, stronger woman that you want to be, or person that you want to be. And also, I learned that it's important to do it for my family too. I have 2 boys that are watching me, and they have benefited greatly because of the Jason Pearson plan, and on mommy being on this plan. And my 10-year-old, he loves cutting vegetables. So we order the groceries online. It's easy. You go pick them up, you take them home, and he helps mommy cut all the vegetables. We put it in our containers, and I'm done for the week. So for those busy people, you are saving time while getting yourself healthy. And and my 2-year-old, he's being introduced to foods. He knows, I had somebody yesterday tell me he knows what a radish is, and he likes it, because we were having a church fellowship, and he had seen a salad with radishes on it, and he loves salad, and it's just amazing, benefits for them as well. So, take that time to invest, because you will not regret it. You will see results, and you will see, how strong of a community the Jason Pearson, community is, and you'll have that support, and you won't be alone in your journey. And so I would definitely say, to stop and to invest in yourself and make that change now.
That's awesome. Well, you heard from Jamie. If you need help with this, you're just tired of going from program to program, from diet to diet, from supplement to shake to book, get started with this right now. You don't have to go through all that. Matter of fact, you can eliminate doing all that. So you can start from day one, understanding what's going on. You get menus. There's no questioning like, should I do this or that? Should I, what to do in this book, or the research you might do on the internet, or what you learned, saw your friends eating, or working with a trainer and plateauing. You can get started right now, actually get quick results too, and get the weight off and go forward in life and not have to worry about this part of your life anymore, about struggling with weight loss at all ever again. Other than that, look forward to working with you. You can go to strongerwoman.com, or you can go to jasonpearsondiet.com, get more information. And other than that, look forward to working with you, and I'll see you on the next video.